And now we move on to the review portion of the segment.
Yes.
You went and saw Christopher Robin, and this looked boring and like something I didn't want to see.
Yes.
So why don't you tell them about it while I go get the timer and set it for 8 minutes?
Yes. So I grew up with Winnie the Pooh. I watched a lot of the cartoons as a young lad. Very young, like when I was probably 2, 3, and 4 years old. I grew up with the 80s/90s cartoon, like the Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. Remember that fucking show?
Oh my god. I
had one of the best 90s openings ever.
I had literally forgotten about that theme song until you had just sang it.
Dude, it's fucking great. But anyway, I was a Pooh fan.
Everyone was.
I love
How
Pooh.
could you not be when you're a young child?
You can't not be. So when I saw this, and honestly, I haven't seen another Pooh movie since. I didn't see any of the other ones that have come out. I saw this, I was like, okay, this looks like Finding Neverland meets like Hook, type deal. And we saw it, or I saw it with my girlfriend, but it was, I wasn't expecting much. This was a slow week for movies, but I was pleasantly surprised. I honestly thought this was going to be, like you said, kind of boring, played out, like, all right, I know what's going to happen. Christopher Robin's going to find his magic again or some bullshit. I've seen Hook.
All right.
But I got news for you.
Okay, it's good. Now explain why.
Not only that, it's better than Hook.
Oh, how fucking dare you?
Because here's the thing.
I disagree.
You haven't even seen this fucking thing.
I don't give a shit. But it's not possible.
I love Hook. I like me some Hook. I will defend that as Steven Spielberg, one of his better movies. It's not a bad Steven Spielberg movie. But here's what I will say about this. This isn't stupid. And Hook, on occasion, is pretty fucking stupid.
you tell me what's stupid about kids throwing paint things at each other. Yeah. You tell me what's stupid about that.
What's stupid about androgynous Glenn Close getting put in a box full of scorpions?
What?
Glenn Close is in there. She's one of the... Remember the pirate? I can't think of his name. But remember they put him in the box with the... No, he's like... You gotta look up Glenn Close and Hook when you get the chance.
Whatever.
But like, there's some shit in Hook where I'm like, what is this? But this is like, this movie starts out, and it kind of starts out the way you'd expect. You see Christopher Robin at like a dinner with all the fucking animals, and like they're having a going away party for him. And you're like, okay, what's this about? And they say their goodbyes.
Like Winnie the Pooh and all.
Winnie the Pooh and Tigger.
Can I just say how scary they look?
Oh, they look...
it's like, don't leave us, Christopher Robin. We might have to kill you. Piglet just like, oh, dear, I don't want to have to stab you.
Yeah.
And then Eeyore just chimes in, everybody's got to die sometime.
Yeah.
And then Tigger's just bouncing off the walls because he's so excited. We're going to kill him.
Oh, man.
And then, was it Kanga says to Little Roo, oh, Little Roo, get Mommy Dearest's gun.
Oh, Jesus. Her
They look kind of creepy. I don't know what it is. Like,
no, I get that.
From the trailer, I thought like Pooh looked sort of scary.
A little bit. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like once you're in the movie and you get, because that's not the scariest thing in this movie. I'll say that. They do something in this where I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe you're doing this in a children's movie. Yeah. And what it is they show like Christopher Robin leave. He goes to boarding school. He has a shitty life. He doesn't want to go to boarding school. It's like a huge montage in the beginning, basically showing like the path from Christopher Robin.
All right, don't summarize the whole. Just like get to the point.
Okay, there's a fucking battle scene in this.
A battle scene.
Yeah, Christopher Robin goes to fucking World War II.
Weird.
Yeah, and it's like,
is that why it's PG?
A little bit. There's like
that's the other thing I thought was weird. That they would have a movie about Winnie the Pooh and have it be PG.
Well, see, that's the thing about this. I would recommend you not take a child under 10 to see this. Not because it's graphic or bad for them. I just don't think they'll be very entertained for a good portion of it, like the first half hour probably.
So the first half hour is not for the youngins.
Not really. It's a lot of seeing what Christopher Robin has become, like seeing him be a shitty adult that's like had to deal with like his father dying while he was in school and like not there, and like the fact that he's a fucking veteran.
Oh, so is this one of those weird movies where it says rated PG for thematic elements?
Yeah, no, yeah. There's some thematic elementary.
There's some thematic elements going on.
Oh yeah,
okay.
And like I was kind of taken at how like.
Just to interrupt, you know my favorite one of those ever was?
What was that?
Ninja Turtles 3. PG for action, adventure, and swashbuckling violence.
Swashbuckling?
Or like,
this is a pirate movie?
They had swashbuckling as a word.
Oh, man. More like samurai violence, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Katana.
Yes, katana.
Katana
sai, nunchakus, and whatever.
And
violence.
bow staff
violence.
But back to your boring movie that looked terrible.
Yes. Yes. I was shocked at how big of a swing this was.
By the way, do you notice how that's like a double insult?
What's that?
Because we were talking about a bad movie, and then I said, but back to your boring bad movie.
Yeah, fuck. You think Ninja Turtles 3 is bad?
Of course I do, but it's awesome. That's a 2 out of 2 bombs to me.
I agree. It's pretty fucking bad.
It's pretty excellent, though.
That's true, but it's both. It coincides.
Did this movie have 4 time-displaced samurai? No, didn't think so. So therefore, it sucked.
It did have a couple spatially displaced Pooh characters that are like wandering around London, which was kind of fun. It was like Crocodile Dundee meets like fucking Pooh. You know, like you're just seeing like Winnie the Pooh deal with like. You know, trying to act like not a talking stuffed animal in public as Ewan McGregor, like, you know, drags him around, trying to get him back to the 100-acre wood and shit. I don't know, like...
So a little bit of Toy Story going on?
A little bit of Toy Story.
But where, like, Andy, for instance, would know.
Would know, yeah. I was shocked at how big of a take this was on the property. I thought this was just going to be like another, like, oh, here comes Pooh and Tigger causing a ruckus. And it's like, it's really not about that at all. It's kind of more about...
So what is it about?
It's about Christopher Robin It's basically him learning... It's basically Hook. It's him learning to not be a piece of shit. And, like, he's got to do that by going back to the 100-acre wood and finding all of the puppets, the stuffed animals and the animals, and returning them to Pooh because they've all gone, like, missing or something. Because, like...
Wait, what? Hold on. So he's got to... return to the forest.
Mm-hmm. Help Pooh find Tigger and Eeyore.
Oh, so they're all missing the whole movie? Or
not the whole movie, for a portion of it.
So why the hell do they separate?
Well, they separate because some stuff's going on in the 100-acre wood. Things are not what they used to be. There's like fog and storms are happening now.
The Watership Down guys are kicking them out.
Yeah, exactly. But it is basically like it's a big allegory for like Christopher Robin is like at the lowest point in his life. Like he's just fucking depressed and like he has to make this really shitty decision at his company, like whether to like lay off a shit ton of fucking people or not. And he like he takes off work.
This sounds super uninteresting. If I'm just being honest, this sounds really boring. So if you could skip ahead to a more interesting part.
Alex, is this entertaining to you? I don't know if it is or not. I'm not getting the indication whether or not you like this. God damn it.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Continue.
Motherfucker, next time you review something and I'm here, I'm just going to fucking fart. My commentary is going to be a fucking fart in the mic every time. And be like, hey, Alex. That's what I think.
Hey, Meg, I'm sorry, but this story is really boring.
Meg.
All right, sorry. Okay,
Meg.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. Dude, I'm as shocked as you are. I was not looking forward to seeing this.
Okay, so think about laying people off.
Yes, and he's going to go on vacation with his wife and daughter, but his boss is like, nah, dude, you got to stay for the weekend and do this shit. So he blows them the fuck off, and that's when Pooh comes in and is like, look, motherfucker, I got to set you straight.
Oh, he's like, you got to go on vacation and be fun.
Yeah, and he's got to like realize what's important, which is like, I don't know. It's a very sweet movie. Like, it's one of those movies, it's like, for me, it's hard to fucking knock, because it's like, what's this movie really trying to do? Like, teach adults like how to not suck.
So this movie is well, I mean, as the title says, it's much more about Christopher Robin than it is the stuffed animals at the end of the day.
Yes, and it makes a lot of sense because as I was watching it, I'm like, as I said, it's not for kids. It's for people like me, who is now a shitty adult that grew up with Pooh back in the yonder days of yore, if you will.
Huh.
And like it was a good nostalgia trip. I mean, hearing no lie, like all kidding aside, hearing Jim Cummings as Tigger and Pooh, fuck, that was some good shit, man.
Guy's a legend at his craft.
And the fact that they had
also Darkwing Duck, isn't it?
Darkwing Duck,
yeah.
Pete, of course, from fucking Goofy, the Goofy cartoons.
Yeah.
But hearing him and knowing that Disney was like, you know what? No, let's like give the kids who grew up with this show something to latch onto. Like, let's give Jim Cummings a shot here, and it works.
So it was pretty legit. So you're saying they get less scary as time goes on?
It makes more sense with the take because again, like you see a battle scene, so it's like they feel more like, oh, this is like a toy you'd find like packed away.
Oh, what kind of adventure elements we get in this?
Oh, there's some stuff for like, Christopher Robin's got to save Eeyore from falling down a waterfall, quote unquote.
Okay.
There's a big chase scene at the end. Where
I was going to say, because it sounded like offices and layoffs. I'm like, what the hell is this?
See, that's the first.
Up in the air?
Yeah, no, like that's the
Which
first
is a
25
good movie,
minutes.
But
it's not a kid's movie.
Well, yeah.
Definitely.
Up in the air is most certainly not a kid's movie.
And I would say the first 25 minutes of this are like not a kid's movie strictly.
Okay.
It becomes more of one, but it's much more for adults.
Okay, so
there's some adventures.
Yes. So notwithstanding with your promise to make fart sounds during my next during my next review,
I don't even care if it's like fucking if it's Aquaman or whatever. It's gonna be like, oh yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
No,
it's just like I've. It's like the Peter Griffin thing. I'm sorry, Meg, but this story you're telling, it's so boring. But okay, so notwithstanding of all that,
yes,
what would you give this film?
I'd give it an 8.
An 8.
A solid 4 out of 5 on your scale.
A 4 out of 5 on my scale.
Yeah. It's I had not a lot wrong with it. I didn't know how much I was gonna like it, and I loved seeing. Did you know that Chris O'Dowd was originally going to be Tigger?
Chris O'Dowd.
They actually recorded and tested a version.
Like IT department, that guy?
Yeah. And
wow.
Bridesmaids, Chris O'Dowd. They tested it in England, and it did not do well. So like, fuck it, let's just get Jim Cummings to do Tigger too. And it was a smart move, because, man, was it good to hear him.
So, okay, I guess my last question. Who all was in it? So we got Tigger, Pooh.
They're all there.
Eeyore.
Yeah, I'd say the
Piglet.
main standouts, those main 4. Pigger. What is that? I just create. Wait, fan art. People, if anybody's listening to this, make a fan art. Pigger. Because pigs have a spring tail. Why is that not a thing? I don't know. We're gonna end up cutting this out. Piglet, Tigger, Eeyore, and Pooh are the main focus, but Owl's there, Rabbit's there, Kanga and Roo are there.
Rabbit was always such an asshole, man.
He was an asshole. He's kind of the wet blanket in this, but they all have like a line.
A bigger wet blanket than Eeyore.
Oh man. Oh, that was another one. Brad Garrett is Eeyore. Good job.
Brad Garrett
from Raymond.
Oh yeah. The guy. I was gonna. It's weird. Before I even finished asking you who, I'm like, I bet it was the guy. I was thinking that in my head.
Because it's originally, it was Peter Cullen. Optimus was Eeyore.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe he was busy with the shitty last Transformers movie or whatever. I don't know. But he did a great job. It's a good movie. I was shocked. All right,
so 4 out of 5. I'm not going to lie. I'm not horribly interested in this, but...
You should not see it.
I mean, it's okay. It didn't look like terrible. It just looked like it just didn't look like the kind of thing I want to watch.
No, I feel you.
I might catch it on cable.
Yeah, I won't say you shouldn't. That was a joke, but yeah, it's different, and I was very, very glad that they took a big swing on this one.